Hello everyone, this is day 15th and part 2 of my journey on becoming a billionaire. And in the morning I talked about Spanish, I talked about importance of power, and I talked about vocabulary. And in this video I'm going to talk about the political philosophy and German alphabets. But before that, I would like to journal about my journey of what I felt today, how I felt today, and it will give you as well as me about the situation and phases that I'm going through. And today I was feeling very low. I I was having self-doubt within me. On day 15th, self-doubt started creeping within me and I was feeling very low. I was thinking that I wouldn't be able to make it to the billion, and I started questioning whether it is worth it because I've cut down sugar. It's been 20 days. I crave sugar. I love eating sweets, chocolates and things like that, but the sacrifice that I'm doing, it's affecting me. I've started eating clean. I don't eat junk food, I don't eat refined flour. But now I understand why it is important to have a cheat meal in a week, once in a week, because that keeps you on the target of eating healthy. At the same time you satisfy your craving. So I I start to have this idea that I have to add a cheat meal into my diet once a week, and it will propel me further. And I was feeling so low today. I don't know what I should do because the thought comes that why am I doing this? Then I think about the penguin, that penguin that went to the mountain, and it gives me a push because this is my journey. I chose this path, and so I have to work on it. The the sacrifices, I will make it worth it because I'm seeing improvement on my skin. I'm seeing improvement in my physique as I have started exercising, although I didn't do exercise for the past 3 days. I've been not consistent with my exercise routine, but I'm here to share it with you so that I get back on track. This is journaling. This is what I am journaling on my journey. I watch the videos. I will watch the videos later on after few months, few weeks, few years, and I will look from where I have come, how much I have improved. And the one thing that I noticed is self-doubt will come. It comes to everyone. Even the champions get the self-doubt, but I have to make my mind strong. I have to I have to make it more powerful, ardent, focused. It feels like I'm losing the courage and the willpower. My determination is getting affected, and I have to I have to build my mindset because even though it's hard, it's a hard journey, but that is why not everyone is a billionaire, because it is hard. Everybody knows that gymming makes a good physique, but you don't see many people having a great body, having a great physique. Discipline, consistency, determination, willpower, focus, commitment. It requires all this. I'm not a perfect person, but I'm trying to achieve this perfection. And even though nobody can reach the perfect spot, nobody can reach the perfection, but in when you pursue this perfection, you get close to that perfection. And that is why I'm just walking straight, I'm marching forward. It is tough, but it's gonna be worth it, I know. And the other thing that I have in mind is, when I look at it in that way, I realize that I don't have to think about all my life in once. I don't have to focus on seeing very far. I just have to look what is in front of me. It's like driving a car at midnight with your headlight on. You don't know what is there very far, but you know what is in front of your car because there is a headlight. There are a pair of headlight that is on, and so you see that. And so I have to just walk one step at a time, and I surely will reach. I will reach there. It might take some time, few years, decades, but I will reach there. Now, the the determination, I will make it come back. There are some times when you have a bad day, not because something bad happened to you, but you just feel a bit lost. You feel that you are not enough, you are not good enough. You start questioning everything, every move, every thought, every action. But I have to keep myself on track. And while I was having these thoughts, I came upon this realization that while making the video, I was trying to teach as if I am some kind of a YouTuber trying to teach, although I am a YouTuber, but not that type where you attend a class and you start learning, you start to learn. So I'm gonna make it a bit conversational. I try to make it conversational. I try to make it as if I'm talking to you, but I I forget this. So I have to just realign my focus, and I have to commit to my task. I have to commit to my purpose. So even though you might be having self-doubt, even though you are feeling low, even though you're feeling committed, just hang on. Just hang on tight and just keep on working. You will reach there. Slow and steady wins the race. I now believe this because even if I learned a Spanish, even if I learned Spanish in a week or a month, I will forget it, I know. But if I make this a habit, then it will stay consistent with me and I will be able to use it in conversation like a native Spanish speaker. So I have to go slow and steady. It is taking time. It's hard to keep patience. It's hard to be patient, but you gotta walk. So coming on to what I've learned in philosophy, and also a point also, because I've I realized while watching my previous video that I was slouching on the sofa, and right now I'm just sitting, trying to sit with my backbone straight, and I'm not slouching because it doesn't look very elegant and professional. So I'm just sitting with my backbone straight. There was too much noise outside, and I don't like distractions while I talk, so I paused the video. And so, what I have learned in political philosophy, and I'm gonna make it look like a conversation that me and you are having. I'm not trying to make it look like I'm trying to be this teacher. So, let's see how it goes. So, you know what I have learned today? I have learned about what is political philosophy, and I'm going to tell you. So, political philosophy is a branch of learning that is primarily concerned with this moral and substantive dimensions of politics. And at the most abstract level, it is concerned with the concepts and arguments involved in political opinions. And so, political philosophy begins with this question: what ought to be a person's relationship to society? And it seeks the application of ethical concept to social sphere and social existence that people could live in. And in doing so, it sets a standard to analyze and judge the existing institutions and relationship. So, in essence, political philosophy is concerned with moral and normative questions and analytical study of ideas. What is justice? How to establish justice in society? And so, in just what you have to get in this is that political philosophy is the study of ideas and belief about the meaning of life, concerned with questioning about how one should live, how one should be living, and talking about the objective of political philosophy. And so the objective is to achieve a happy life, achieve a good life. Now, the question that you must be having in your mind is how this political philosophy developed and by whom. And so I'm going to answer it. And so the political philosophy was developed by early Greek philosophers, for example, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, etc. And with that, I'm going to try to make you understand what political philosophy is by giving example of Plato. So Plato grew up during the great Peloponnesian War between Athens and Sparta, and it was a time of great distress. It was a time of political injustice, corruption, and the institutions were declining. And so Plato tried to find remedies for prevalent political injustice and decline. And so he came up with the concept of ideal state and what kind of government is best form of government. So according to Plato, the political community should be divided into three classes. The first class is philosopher, the second class is soldier, and the third class is worker. So philosopher class will be the ruling class. They will ensure order and justice. They will be specifically trained for it. The second class is the soldier class, and soldier class is there to defend the state, and the worker class is there to produce necessities for the state. So according to Plato, though the best form of government is one in which the philosopher king is the head of the ideal state. So if the ideal state has philosopher king as the ruler, that would be the best form of government. And so now that we have talked about this much, so it gives us a clarity about what political philosophy is and what are the concerns of political philosophy. So political philosophy in gist is concerned with the clarification of meaning of major political concepts such as justice, equality, human nature, freedom, and the purpose of political life. And in the early Greek civilizations, in the classical period of Greek civilization, the major focus of political philosophy was what the ideal state was like and the relationship between state, individuals, and governance. But then, out of the Renaissance, the focus expanded to include the nature of political obligation. So this is what I have learned, and I tried to have a conversation with you about what I have learned. This political philosophy. Now, the German alphabets that I have learned. So I loved the accent, and while I was talking in my previous video about Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. So it piqued my interest because VON sounded as Fong, and so it intrigued my interest. It intrigued me, and so I started learning German as well. I will learn multiple languages because I want to make connections all over the world. I have to achieve this status. And so the German alphabet goes like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U. U is U, then V is V. So that V is V. So V, 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 W is V, then X is X, Y epsilon, Z is Z. And German has some additional alphabets. So A umlaut, O umlaut, U umlaut, and that beta symbol is assets, assets, assets. So with time I will improve my German as well. I was feeling low, but now I'm feeling a bit better after making this video because I feel very light after sharing, and I'm learning. I will become a billionaire. Sooner or later I will become. So keep up the grind. See you later.